I'm not going to tell you I told you so, but I told you so. What did I say repeatedly while we were still on base? Let's not take this car. It's old and broken. It won't make it. And of course, you didn't listen because you wanted to impress me. Well, brilliant. If you want to impress me, then try to start it again. Where am I going? To take a look at the engine. Where else? It's not like we stopped in a nice village or a small town. No, we're in the middle of nowhere. Ugh. No, I won't be able to repair the engine, but I can at least tell what the problem is. Yes, SOE training. Fuming engine. Of course, it doesn't look good. Oh, you can tell I'm upset, can't you? Bravo. I'm upset because this is probably going to be my last date ever. And so I really wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to have a nice picnic with you by the sea, just looking at the horizon and imagining we could see France from the beach, enjoying a nice, happy, cozy time, just the two of us, before being deployed again. But looks like fate decided otherwise. I'm not mad at you, if that's what you're worried about. I'm more upset at the car than you. Even though I told you so indeed. And I've prepared a nice meal for us. It took me so much time and resources. Little sandwiches, a nice salad, even baked a cake, believe it or not. Managed to find sugar. Well, traded it, really. For what? Lucky strikes. I borrowed some from your colleagues. Oh, come on. It's not like there's a shortage of them on base. You brought so many with you that you could open a shop here and run it for, I'd say, a year and never go out of stock. I even brought a bottle of wine. Stole it. Well, no, someone stole it for me somewhere. I'm not telling on my sources. But I really wanted this to be the perfect date before jumping back into chaos again. And now look at us, lost in the middle of the English countryside, surrounded by fields, with no way to call for help. I guess we'll have to walk and hope to find a village nearby. What? You want us to stay here? To do what exactly? Our date? You mean you want to picnic here? I mean, it's not the best place for it, but it's not the worst either. But do you do you think there are insects here? Insects. Yes, I'm scared of them. I know I'm a spy who is about to be dropped off in occupied France, but insects, they crawl on you. They get stuck in your hair and their noise. It's just talking about it makes me so uncomfortable. No, no, I'm all for having the date here, but just protect me from the insects, please. Promise? Thanks. Right, where should we? Oh, and look, the crops. Don't they look like the sea to you? Yes, if you watch closely the way it moves, how the wind plays with it, it looks exactly like waves on a calm day. Hypnotizing, isn't it? Being on a base for so long, I almost forgot how beautiful nature was. I think I could stay here for hours and never get bored of this. It's it's so beautiful and calming. Do you mind if we stayed like this for a moment? Just enjoying the view, the peace and quiet. I'll miss this when I'm gone. You have a question? Sure, ask away. Why did I join the SOE? I told you last time. Because I wanted to help. I couldn't just stay in my hometown and see it being invaded and transformed into something so horrible it would feel out of this world. And I guess, now that I think about it, there is something else too. My dad, he fought in 14. And even if physically he came back, he wasn't really there anymore. I don't know if it makes sense or not. He, his body was here with us at home. He was breathing, eating, sleeping, talking, but his eyes, you could clearly see that his mind was somewhere else. At first it was all right, but then as time went on, things started to deteriorate. He would wake up screaming almost every night. He would start shaking at the sound of a firecracker. He started distancing himself from us, stopped talking, would only feel somewhat comfortable alone. It was it was hard to witness his decline. We did, actually. We brought him to a clinic where other soldiers with the same symptoms were treated. It was I still remember them. as if it was yesterday. They were all so scared, so vulnerable, like children, completely lost, not knowing what was happening to them, why they were here. Some called for their loved ones. Others would just stand there and look at something in the distance, at the sky, at the tree, not moving. I've never felt so uncomfortable in my life, and to think that we were leaving my father here, in this place, it was so crushing. Yes, he was supposed to live there for a while. The clinic needed to assess how far gone he was. When we came back a few days later, we were so hopeful, thinking you would see him again, the real him, my dad, the man I've known all my life. And, well, no, it was even worse. They showed us, like performers at a circus, how bad his mind was. They brought a captain's hat and showed it to him. He froze in place, couldn't move an inch, and at the same time, he tried to hide his face, as if the hat was blinding him. He was shivering all over, and we were just looking like visitors at the zoo. I didn't even try to help, to comfort him. And now, years later, I still feel so guilty, even though there's nothing I could have done to help him. He passed a year or two later. All this to say that I joined the SOE because when this new war started, I knew it would be far worse than the previous one, and I didn't want any other children to go through what I went through. I didn't want any other generation to suffer, to leave their mind and soul in the trenches, on the battlefields. I guess, in a way, I wanted to do what I couldn't back in 1919. I wanted to try and save my dad. Gosh, I'm so sorry. This is not a conversation to have on a date, is it? Do you... Can I hold your hand? Thank you. Are you scared of leaving for Normandy? You try not to think about it too much. That's a nice strategy. Me? I am, yes. Especially because I'm leaving so soon. When? I'm not supposed to say, but I'll let you in on the secret. I am leaving next week. Yes, that soon. And truth be told, I am terrified. But I can't really talk about it because if I do, they'll think I'm not fit for the job and will replace me immediately. why say it to you then? I don't know. I guess I feel comfortable enough around you to share what's on my mind, to be true. And of course, after I'm gone, there's almost no chance on earth we'll be able to communicate or see each other again. Even if we make it out alive, you and I, finding each other in all this mess, it will be almost impossible. So it feels like talking to a close friend and at the same time to a stranger. The comfort of knowing you're understood and of knowing that what you say will probably never come back to you. That's, yeah, that makes me sad. Not being able to at least write to you. Even more so, not knowing how things will go your way, especially after you'll be airdropped in France. It will eat me out alive, I think. Why? Because I care about you. Are you trying to get a confession out of me right now? Not going to happen, ever. I know it's impossible to do, but just for the sake of it, promise me that you do your best to survive. Please. Only if I promise it too. I'll do my best. I promise. Oh, I think I'm starting to be hungry. Should we have lunch? Oh, it's fine. We'll figure out a way to go back to base, one way or another. Don't worry. You make it back to curfew. And if not, you could always tell that you've been kidnapped by a French spy.